I was there before the silence grew, before your eyes stopped looking true. I felt the shift, I felt the space, the way you slowly erased my place. You said my name, did not like before, like love was something you couldn't afford. I kept believing we were still we, while you were already leaving me. I held the weight of us both inside, calling loneliness love in disguise. I loved you well when you pulled away, when your heart stopped choosing me to stay. I fought for words you wouldn't say. I loved you alone every day. I gave you all I had to give, while you were learning how to live without me there. I loved you alone. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't run, made myself small just to keep someone. I waited for effort that never came, still protecting your name. You leaned on me when you were weak, but never noticed how I couldn't sleep. I carry hope like it was enough, even when loving you felt rough. I confused patience with being strong. Didn't see I'd been alone all alone. I loved you alone through empty nights, through unanswered calls and broken signs. I say little to what we were. You were already unsure. Held your heart, you let go of mine. You alone for the longest time. Baby, love shouldn't feel one-sided, like giving everything and saying I noticed. I don't regret the love I gave, I regret the love I begged to save. I was honest, I was true, even when loving me felt right for you. But loved you alone, but now I see lives wouldn't live without choosing me. I'm letting go of what we were, of quiet pain and unanswered words. I'll love again, but not like this, not giving all and being missed. I loved you. Now I'm choosing not to anymore. The piano fades, the violin insighs, and I walk away with when the world was asleep, and so were my fears. In the way I waited for your voice, like it could calm everything inside me. You held my hand, but not my heart. Still I believed we'd never fall apart. I memorized the shape of your pain, thought loving you could make you stay. I gave you faith without conditions, ignored my own intuition. I loved you deeply, more than I should, more than my heart ever understood. I loved you through the doubts and lies, through every tear I tried to hide. I gave you all I had to give. I loved you deeply, and I paid for it. Last day, when leaving would have saved me, call it hope when it was hurting me. I softened truths I needed to scream, just to keep us in between. You said you were trying in your way, but your way kept pushing me away. I learned how to smile through the ache, how to bend without completely breaking. I missed a paid for something real, called survival, the way love feels. I loved you deeply, day by day, while you were slowly walking away. I carried us when you felt weak, lost myself just to keep your peace. I loved you louder than you knew. I loved you deeply, when you barely did too. Maybe love shouldn't cost your soul, or leave you feeling half whole. I don't regret the heart I gave, I regret the love I meant to say. I was honest, I was true, even when love only was too much for you. I loved you deeply, but now I see I shouldn't hurt this endlessly. I'm letting go of what we were, of broken promises and silent words. I'll love again, but not this way, not past the pine where I fade away. I loved you deeply, now I'm learning to love myself the same. The piano fades, the violin cries, and I finally let our goodbye be the start of every silence, every start and stop. I felt the cracks before they showed, still followed where your shadow went. I loved you when it wasn't safe, when hope felt thin and nights felt long. I stayed when leaving would have healed me, called it love, called it strong. They said love should protect your soul, but I crossed that line and lost control. I loved you past pain, past my pride, past the nights I cried inside. I loved you when it cost me sleep, when every breath felt far too deep. I gave you more than I should have gave. I loved you past pain. I turned my tears into quiet strength, learned how to smile at my own expense. I softened truths I should explain, just to keep you close to me. You said you would try it in your way, but your way still pushed me away. I kept forgiving what kept hurting, calling survival. I could use endurance with devotion, and drowning with deep devotion. I loved you past pain, day by day, when loving you hurt more than staying. I stayed loyal to a fading flame, while losing parts I couldn't replace. I broke myself to keep you whole. I loved you past pain. Maybe love shouldn't feel like war, like bleeding just to prove you're strong. I don't regret the heart I gave, I regret the love I begged to stay. I was honest, I was true, even when it was killing me to love you. I loved you past pain, but now I see love shouldn't cost the rest of me. I'm letting go of what we were, silent screams and quiet scars. I love again, but nothing's weight. I passed the point when I fade away. I loved you past pain. Now I'm choosing stop apologizing for loving myself enough to say goodbye. I learned your moods without asking why. Read your heart in the way you sighed. I stayed in the background, out of the light, holding my feelings every night. I watched you laugh with everyone else, while hiding the truth I never felt allowed to tell. I folded my love into careful space, afraid it would break if I said your name. I thought love was safer when it stayed unseen, but silence can be crueler than honesty. I left you silently, deep and slow, in all the ways you'll never know. I never asked you to choose me loud, I just stayed close without a sound. I gave you my heart and stepped aside. I loved you silently, and I cried inside. You memorized the lines on your face, every hope I'll never chase. I stood beside you, almost near, swallowing words I couldn't hear. I celebrated your happiness even when it wasn't mine. Called it love, called it being kind. I told myself this ache was spared, I'd love him quietly, still meant I confuse patience with being strong. Didn't know silence could last this long. I loved you silently, day by day, while my feeling slowly wore away. I snapped when you talked about someone new, like my heart didn't break in two. I never blamed you for not seeing me. And you silently, set you Lady hearts deserve a boy, it's inside. I don't regret the love I kept, I regret the nights I never slept. I was faithful, I was true, even when loving you meant losing me too. But now I know to the love I kept inside. I walk past places we used to know, where laughter felt easy and time moved slow. Your shadow still lives in familiar streets, in quiet cafes and empty seats. I don't miss the fights or how we felt, or the nights where nothing went well. I miss the way you said my name, back when loving me felt the same. I know we're different now somehow, but my heart still remembers how. I miss what we had, not what we became, not the distance, not the pain. I miss the warmth before the doubt, before love learned how to run out. I don't want you back, that part is true. I just miss who we were, me and you. I miss what we had. I packed away the dreams we made, the future we planned to never take. You found new reasons, new routines, while I've stayed within between. You smile now like nothing's wrong, like we didn't try for so long. I learned how quiet memories ache when the past is the only thing that stays. We had. Maybe listen doesn't mean regret. Maybe some love you don't forget. I don't cry like I did before. That sunlight still hurt a little more. I loved you honest, I loved you real, and those feelings don't disappear. We had, and I'm learning how to heal. The piano fades, the violin sighs, and I thank the past. before goodbye. I watch the days fall quietly apart, like autumn leaves around my heart. You said you needed time to breathe, but every breath took more from me. I stayed when warning signs were clear, ignored the truth I didn't want to hear. I told myself love means endure, even when nothing felt secure. I held on to the version of you that tried, while the real you slowly said goodbye. I stay broken-hearted, night after night, loving you long after you lost the fight. I carried us both when you let go, paid for a love you didn't owe. I stayed believing you would return, while my heart quietly burned. I stayed broken-hearted, and you moved on. I learned to cry without a sound, to smile when no one was around. I defended you one day, asked why, said love gets hard, people try. Folded pain into routine, called surviving a love being strong. But strength shouldn't feel this weak, or last this long. I confused patience with being enough, calm never love that's hard. I stayed broken-hearted, holding on to promises that were already gone. I waited for words you never said, for the love that lived inside my head. I gave you grace you didn't earn, and lessons I'd hate to learn. I stayed broken-hearted, so you wouldn't have to be. Maybe love shouldn't feel like loss, will come with such a heavy cost. I don't regret the heart I gave, I regret the love I begged to stay. I was honest, I was true, even when loving me was too much for you. I stayed broken-hearted, but now I see, staying isn't love when it breaks me. I'm letting go of what we were, the silent nights, the and I finally say goodbye to the girl who stayed. I felt the warning in the way you sighed, like love was something you tried to hide. You stopped asking how my day had been, but I kept pretending we could still win. I made excuses for every doubt, told myself love finds a way somehow. I learned your silence like a second skin, stayed even when the hurt crept in. They say love is patient, love is kind, but mine was breaking me over time. I stayed when I shouldn't, held on too tight, when every sign was telling me goodbye. I stayed through tears I never showed, carried a heart growing heavy and cold. I loved you past the point of truth. I stayed when I shouldn't, and I lost parts of me in you. I felt in my needs so you wouldn't run, made myself small just to keep someone. I waited for effort that never came, still protecting your name. You said it's hard like daddy's slave, why I was hurting every day. I stood beside to feel it alone, calling the halls with no love or home. I confused stay with being strong. choosing myself. The piano fades, the violin cries, and I walk away with open eyes. I stayed when the nights felt heavier than before, when your voice sounded distant through the door. You said, give it time, we'll be alright. So I learned how to wait through the longest nights. I folded my fears into quiet prayers, told myself love meant staying there. Every doubt knocking loud in my chest, but hope whispered, just one more test. I ignored the cracks I clearly saw, because hope still believed in us. I stayed with hope when love grew thin, when every day felt like losing again. I stayed believing you'd come back strong, even when staying felt so wrong. I dried my tears before they showed, carried a home growing tired and cold. I stayed with hope, and it broke me slow. I watch you leave in smaller ways, shorter talks, longer space. You promised me you were still here, but your actions spoke louder than fear. I defended you when friends asked why, said love that's quiet before it survives. I turned my pain into understanding, how I neglect a misunderstanding. I confuse waiting with being true, and sacrifice when loving you. I stayed with hope through empty nights, when I was fighting alone. and hope learns how to say goodbye. We met like answers we didn't ask for. Two tired hearts at the wrong door. Your smile felt safe, your voice felt real, like something broken learned how to heal. I believed in the way you said my name, like love and me would always stay the same. But something fragile lived between our hands, like love was another part of the plan. I felt the truth before it showed. In every step you walked alone. Love didn't choose us, no matter how hard we tried. We held on tight while time passed us by. I gave you everything I had inside, but love didn't choose us this time. We were right, but not aligned. Two hearts close, but never in time. Love didn't choose us, and that's the truth I hide. I stayed when doubt lived in your eyes, turned my fear into compromise. You said you cared and I believed, even when you slowly left me. I learned to read your quiet ways, how love can fade without being brave. I blame the nights, I blame breeze, anything but our shared fear. I miss the patience for destiny, and longing for what was alive to be. Love didn't choose us day by day. It's simple words we couldn't say. I was building forever in my mind, while you were learning how to say goodbye. I loved you honest, loved you true, but love didn't choose us. It chose to lose. Maybe not every love is meant to last. Some just teach you how to feel too fast. I don't regret the heart I gave. I wrote the love I tried to save. I would have stayed if you may fade, but love makes two hearts choosing the same thing. Love didn't choose us, but I survived, even when it took part of my life. The piano fades, the violin sighs, and I leave our story where it lies. We held on tight like that would be enough, like love alone could keep us from giving up. We made excuses for the cracks we saw, called them storms, not broken laws. Your hand was warm, but your heart felt far, like you were already somewhere I wasn't. I kept believing we'd find our way, even when every sign said walk away. I thought love was meant to rescue pain, but it can't save what won't remain. Love didn't save us when we fell apart, didn't stop the distance in your heart. I gave you all the hope I had, but loving you wasn't enough. In the end, we tried to hold what wouldn't stay. Love didn't save us anyway. I stayed up late fixing what you broke, turning tears into quiet hope. You said you cared, but not like before, like caring had become a chore. I carried us through endless doubt while you were already halfway out. I softened my knees so you save us, it took its toll. Maybe love can't fix what fear controls, or heal two hearts moving in opposite roads. I don't regret the love I gave, I regret the love I tried to save. I was honest, I was true, even when loving me was too much for you. Love didn't save us, but it taught Love didn't save us, but it showed me how to let go. The piano fades, the violin cries, and I walk away with open eyes. I woke up hoping today would feel different, that the ache in my chest would finally fade. But your silence was waiting like always, another reminder of words you never say. You kissed my forehead like an end to nothing, like love was a habit you kept around. I smiled back just to keep the peace, while my heart was quietly breaking down. I kept telling myself this was enough, but enough shouldn't hurt this much. Love hurt me every day, little by little. In the moments you chose not to stay, I was bleeding in ways you couldn't see, while pretending I was okay. I held on tight while you slipped away, calling loneliness love every day. Love hold me every day, and I stayed anyway. I learned your moves like changing weather, proud to be sunshine when you rain. I lowered my voice, I softened my knees, so you wouldn't walk away again. And I waited forever, waited for proof that I still mattered to you, but love that you felt like chasing a ghost, always close, never true. In a suitcase with something deep The piano fades, the violin cries, and I finally choose my own life. Love didn't break me all at once. It never screamed, it never ran. It crept in slowly through my days, like shadows stretching where I stand. You smiled like nothing was wrong, said my fears were just in my head. So I folded my pain into patience and believed the words you never said. I stayed gentle, stayed calm, stayed kind, while something fragile came undone. I felt alone right next to you, but told myself this was love. They grow where silence overflows. Love hurt me quietly, night by night. In all the moments you didn't fight, you never left your love a stain. You just slowly faded away. I cried without a sound to hear. No one saw a thing. I made excuses when you changed, called your distance something small. I protected you from every truth, even when it made me fall. Waiting for you to notice me, to ask if still okay, but you walked past my breaking heart like you wasn't in your way. I turned my tears into routine, learned how to breathe through the ache. I stayed when leaving felt safer, just to keep you from walking away. I mistook endurance for and loneliness for enough. Love burned me quietly, deep inside, where I hid every tear I cried. You heard my voice but not my pain, said we're fine again and again. Until I almost disappeared. Maybe love shouldn't feel this small, like screaming down an empty hall. I don't hate you, I don't blame, I just won't carry all the shame. I loved you honest, loved you true. violin sighs, and I finally speak my goodbye. The mornings come, but nothing's new. The same old ache reminds me of you. I wake up tired from dreaming wrong, from holding on for far too long. Your side of the bed still knows my name, even though you're not the same. I replay words you didn't mean, trying to fix what's in between. They said time heals, they said I'd mend, but this pain doesn't know how to end. Love hurt without end, day after day, and all the quiet ways you walked away. I gave you hope, I gave you trust, I loved you more than I ever loved myself. I kept believing you'd come back then. Love hurt without end. I smiled through rooms that felt too cold, defended you when truth got bold. I told myself this was just a phase, that love survived the darkest days. But you stopped trying, stopped looking back, left me holding all the cracks. I learned how lonely love can be when you're the only one who sees. I waited for signs you never sent, I paid the price of every yes. Love hurt without end, night by night. I cried alone while you slept fine. I begged my heart to let you go, but love doesn't listen when it hurts this low. I stayed when leaving made more sense. Love hurt without end. Maybe love shouldn't feel like chains that teach your heart to live in kind. I don't regret the love I gave, I regret the love I tried to save. I loved you honest, I loved you deep, even when you couldn't choose me. Love hurt without end, but now I see it doesn't have to live inside of me. I'm letting go of who we were, broken vows and quiet hearts. I heal the parts you couldn't mend. I hope for love again. Love hurt without end, but it ends with me. The piano fades, the violin sighs, and for the first time Love didn't warn me before it struck, didn't slow down, didn't let me look up. It found me hopeful, found me kind, took every soft place in my mind. You said my heart was safe with you, said pain was something love outgrew. So I believed in every vow, never thought I'd be here now. I learned how fast forever bends, how something pure can still end. I thought love healed, I thought love stayed. I didn't know love could be this cruel. Love hurt without mercy, deep in my chest. No pause, no kindness, no time to rest. I begged for truth, you gave me blame, left me bleeding without a name. I loved you honest, I loved you true, but love hurt without mercy. When it came through you, I stayed for nights that broke my sleep, through promises you couldn't keep. I carried us when you let go, hated death, you'll never know. You watched me fall, you didn't move, like my pain had nothing to do with you. I softened every word I felt, while my heart was learning how to melt. I gave you grace, I gave you time, while you crossed every fragile line. I was used to endurance with being strong, didn't see I'd been hurt too long. Oh, heart without mercy, day after day. In every silent way, you turned away. You didn't leave, you didn't stay, you just wore my safe away. I lost myself, trying to make you see love hurt without mercy, and it was killing me. Begging love shouldn't feel like like begging someone to care once more. I don't regret the heart I gave, I regret the love I tried to save. I was faithful, I was real, even when you refused to feel. Love hurt without mercy, but now I know pain isn't proof that love is real. I'm letting go of what brought me down, of silent tears and empty ground. I'll heal the parts you never tried. I won't keep bleeding just to survive. Love came without mercy. A piano fades, a violin cries, and I choose myself for the first time. You said my name like it meant the world, like I was your home, your favorite girl. You held my hands and looked so sure, like love was something we could secure. I built my faith on every word, believed in things I never heard. I trusted smiles, I trusted time, never knew truth could look so kind. The cracks don't shout, they softly grow in all the places you won't show. I felt alone right next to you, still told myself this love was true. I ignored the doubts I couldn't hide, because believing felt better than goodbye. Love was alive, I wanted to believe, wrapped in promises you couldn't keep. I gave you everything inside while you were living a different life. I broke my heart trying to stay. Love was alive, and I paid the price. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't run, turn my feelings into numb. I made excuses when you changed, said love just bends, love rearranges. You saw trust me, and I did, even when something felt forbidden. I waited for truth you never gave, defended a love that didn't stay. You love with comfort, not the cost, and I was everything you lost, or maybe everything you used. While I was busy loving you, I confused honesty with pain, in silence with your name. Love was alive, soft and sweet, disguised as something meant for me. It never meant to stay too long. I just held on when it was gone, trusted words you didn't mean. Love was alive, and I couldn't see. Maybe love shouldn't hurt this deep, or ask you to plead just to keep. I don't hate you, I just know you never loved me the way I loved you. Though I was faithful, I was true, even when lying was easier for you. Love was alive, but I lies and truth now. The piano fades, the violin cries, and I finally say goodbye to the lie I call the love. We met like a moment meant to stay, like something the world had planned our way. Your smile felt warm, your touch felt right, like love had finally found its light. I built the future in your name, believed forever wouldn't change. But slowly, cracks began to show, and all the things we didn't know. I felt the ending in your eyes before you ever said goodbye. Wasn't meant to last this time. It slipped away between the lines. I held on tight, you let it go, like loving me was something you outgrew. I gave my heart, I gave my all, but love wasn't meant to last at all. Mistake, not the way you used to. You suddenly said the things you wouldn't do. I tried to fix what wasn't mine, called you distance, just time. I loved you quietly, deeply too, while you were wasn't meant to last, but I survived. Even when it took part of my life, I'll carry lessons of the pain. I'll lose myself again. to heal. The piano fades, the violin cries, and I finally let go without asking why. We promised through the quiet storms that love would keep us warm. Your hands held mine like they believed in everything we said we'd be. But cracks don't shout, they slowly grow, and tired hearts afraid to show. I felt you drifting day by day, still told myself you'd choose to stay. I fought for us in silent ways while you were learning how to leave. Love wasn't strong enough to stay. It broke beneath the weight we carried every day. I held on tight, you loosened your grip, letting us slowly slip. I gave you more than I had left, but love wasn't strong enough. I learned your distance like a skill, how to smile and stand still. I swallowed words I should have said, tucked my tears safely in my chest. You said you cared, could not like before, like trying fell harder than the door. I stayed believing love would fight while you were giving up each night. I mistook patience for devotion, and loneliness for hope in motion. So love wasn't strong enough this time. It cracked under the fear and doubt inside. I carried us when you let go, loved you deeper than you'll ever know. I broke myself just to keep us whole. The love wasn't strong enough. Maybe love can take a long time. Keep our opening and fling them out. I don't regret the love I gave. I regret the love I begged to stay. I was honest, I was true, even when loving me so hard for you. Love wasn't strong enough, but I survived through every night I cried inside. I'm letting go of what we were, of broken vows and quiet hurt. I'll love again, but not this way. Not losing myself just to make someone stay. Love wasn't strong enough. 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 Love wasn't str but I am. The piano fades, the violin sighs, and I walk forward with open eyes. You stood at the door just like before, keys in your hand, eyes on the floor. I felt the ending before you spoke, in the way your voice already broke. You said I'll call like it meant something, like distance wasn't already happening. I searched your face for one last sign, but you were already past goodbye. I held my breath, waiting for regret, but your heart had already left. You didn't look back again this time, didn't pause, didn't change your mind. I stood frozen where love once lived, with all the pieces you couldn't give. You walked away like you always knew that I'd be the one still missing you. You didn't look back again, and I felt everything. I stayed behind with unanswered nights, with folded clothes and fading light. I replayed every word we said, wondering when we will reach the end. You promised me this wouldn't repeat, said leaving me was never easy, but your steps were steady, calm and sure. I heard in me that it hurt you anymore. I waited for you to turn around, but silence was the only sound. You didn't look back again, no cheer, like loving me was never here. I gave you grace, I gave you time, you left me standing on my mind. I loved you louder than you knew. I'm walking away came easy to you. You didn't look back again, and I stayed too long. Maybe love shouldn't feel like deja vu, like being loved is something I'm used to. I don't hate you, I just know you learned how to leave, not how to go. I was honest, I was true, even when The silence sighs and I close the door on our last goodbye. I watched you walk through our old routines, like nothing here meant anything. You said my name, but not the same. It sounded empty, felt rehearsed. I kept the memories warm for you, like they might light your way back through. But every smile you gave away told me you'd already gone astray. I remembered every promise made. You remembered how to walk away. You forgot my love, the way it stayed through every doubt, through every gray. I held you up when you were weak. You let me fall and didn't speak. I loved you more than words could prove. You forgot my love, like it never moved you. I stayed quiet so you wouldn't run. Turn my feelings into none. I made myself so easy to miss, calling absence patience. You leaned on me, life was hard, and life like I was just a part. Something small you outgrew fast, a chapter closed, a thickness past. I gave you time, I gave you truth. You gave your heart to something new. You forgot my love, the might say cry the way I say, and you deny. I was there when no one knew, but you don't remember me like I remember you. I carried us when you let go. You forgot my love, and I felt it all along. Baby, love fades when it's taken for granted. When one heart gives and the other just stands in. I don't hate you, I just see you love the past and didn't need you. I was safer, I was true. You know when you stopped choosing us two, you forgot but I won't forget myself. A piano fails, the violin cries. He might leave a shadow behind. You walk past places we used to stay, like nothing there remembers our names. You talk about us like it was small, like we never mattered at all. I kept the photos, kept the days, every word you used to say. You say it's over, say it's done, but my heart still hears what we were. I held on to every piece of us while you were already letting go. You forgot our love, the nights we cried, the promises whispered in the dark. I was holding on with everything inside, while you erased us from your heart. I stayed loyal to what we had. You moved on like it never mattered. You forgot our love, but I remember everything. I stayed when it got hard to breathe, when nothing new was hurting me. I believed in the way you said my name, thought forever wouldn't change. You'll have to get it, found your peace, like our ending didn't leave a mark on you. I learned how lonely memories feel when you're the only one who still feel. I replay moments you don't miss, carry the weight you don't feel. I forgot our love, the way I say forgot our love, but now I see I shouldn't live where it's now. Remember, I'm letting go of what we were, a silent night and broken words. I'll heal the parts you won't promise. I'm alright to be remembered again. You forgot our love, but I won't forget myself. The piano fades to violent cries, and I leave our story behind. I set my phone face down tonight, told myself I wouldn't check the time. You said you'd call when things slowed down, but midnight came without a sound. I traced your name inside my head, rewrote the words you never said. I stayed awake like it would change, like waiting still meant something. I keep believing every soon, like hope won't bruise me if I wait for you. You left me waiting again, alone with my doubt, holding on the words you forgot about. I stood still while your life moved on, counting minutes until they were gone. I made excuses, I understood, even when I shouldn't have. You left me waiting again, and it hurt just as bad. I told myself you didn't mean it, that love just gets complicated. I defended you when they asked why, said you were tired, said you tried. I folded my needs into patience, called the ache being supportive, but every promise you delayed turned my heart to break. I learned to cry at hope can spring, when you're the only one who believes. You left me waiting again, night after night, watching the dawn replace the light. I was ready to meet you halfway, but you never showed up the same way. I stayed loyal, I stayed kind, while you kept leaving me behind. You left me waiting again, and I stayed too long. Maybe love shouldn't feel like pause, like holding breath without a cause. I don't hate to have to see when shooting close on me. I left you honest, I left you true, even when showing up was hard for you. You left me waiting again, but now I know life shouldn't live on maybe hope. I won't sit with empty time, I beg for space in your life. I'm letting go of what might have been. I won't be your almost again. You'll never be waiting again. With this time walking away. The piano fades, the violin sighs, and I finally choose myself tonight. I trusted you with my weakest side, with the fears I tried so hard to hide. You said my heart was safe with you, said you'd stay no matter what we'd go through. I leaned on words you swore were true, built my balance out of the love in you. But slowly something slipped away. Your hands weren't there when I lost my way. I felt the ground begin to break, still believed you wouldn't let me shake. You let me fall when I needed you most, watch me break while you stood close. I reached for you, but you stepped aside and let me hit the bottom while you survived. I trusted your arms, I trusted your call, but you let me fall. I have you up when you were weak, spoke your name when you couldn't speak. I carried a weight you never knew, called it love, called it being true. When my strength finally ran out, you looked away, filled with doubt. You said you didn't know what to do, believe it was still a choice you chose. I would have stayed through anything, but you dropped me in between. You let me fall without a song, didn't even sound alarmed. I was telling in everything I said. stand, learning how to heal again. I won't bang on to what hold tight. I'll call it back, give you love anymore. Tear me scars, but I won't crawl. Like to bark alive. You let me fall, you let me fall. But I was alone. The piano fades, the violin cries, and I finally choose my own life. You said goodbye like it was nothing new, like my heart was just something you grew used to. Your voice was calm, your hands were steady, while mine were shaking, never ready. I stood there counting every breath, trying to survive the moment you left. I didn't look back, didn't hesitate, like love had reached its expiration date. I searched your face for something real, but you'd already stopped feeling what I feel. You walked away easily without a tear, like loving me was never sincere. I was breaking right in front of you, believe it felt simple for you to do. I held on to what we used to be. You walked away easily and left the pain with me. I replay the nights I stayed away, fighting for us while you escaped. I made excuses, covered your silence, hauled your distance, just timing. I loved you harder every day, thinking love would make you stay. But I was building on borrowed ground while you were already not around. I carried on, but you was enough. Why you set it down without a touch? You walked away easily, crawling free, like I was just a memory. I gave you patience, truth and time. You gave up without even trying to stay. Well, even hurt less to do. You walked away easily, like I never mattered to you. Maybe love was heavy to fall in. Maybe I felt what you couldn't feel deep. Like I don't hate you, I just know you're so vulgar and heartless to do. I loved you honest, I loved you real, even when you stopped choosing how to feel. You walked away easily, but now I see piano fades, the violin cries, and I let go for the last time. You packed your things like it was overdue, like staying had already tired you. Your voice was calm, your hands were light, like nothing here would keep you up tonight. I stood there holding all the blame, trying not to beg you to say my name. He said, this is best, like it was clear. But my heart was drowning right here. I searched your eyes for something real, but you had already learned not to feel. You walked away free, no weight, no scars, like loving me didn't leave a mark. I stayed behind with the cost of us, with every word that never was. You found your peace so easily. You walked away free and left the pain with me. I replay moments we used to be, wondering when you stopped choosing me. I carried hope like it wasn't love, while you set it down without a touch. You said you tried, said you were tired, but I was still burning where you inspired. I kept your secrets, kept your pride, protecting you while I cried inside. Never took you proud for being brave. Didn't see you were already saved. You walked away free without a tear, like my heartbreaking wasn't here. I held us up when you let go, loved you deeper than you'll ever know. I paid the price, no honesty. You walked away free and forgot